First, let me be clear. When I say modern women, I'm not talking about an age group specifically, but instead women that embody the current mindset of entitlement. This entitlement might be because of earning potential, being able to take care of themselves, or because physically they look above average. So they translate that into being of high value and therefore believe they deserve better. That's all good if you're just having fun, because most men will find a pretty girl over an ugly one, and girls with money do give better gifts. However, none of that matters when a man is thinking of someone to roll with on a more serious level. Keep your looks and your money if it comes with stress. These modern women are new to power and don't know when and how to use it, so they're out of control. Women that are used to power don't act this way. For example, a judge carries herself different from a new lawyer because she's accustomed to having power. These modern women are first-gen power brokers, so there's no one to tell them how they should act. So the attitude is, I'm the shit, can't tell me shit. Come on guys, you know the feeling. It's like the time you got your first fast car. It's pedal to the floor every time you're behind the wheel. And always doing stupid shit like weaving through traffic at crazy speed. That's the experiences modern women are having now, drunk on first-time power. If you're wondering what power, let me break it down for you. Modern professional women are now in positions of power on the job. The vast majority being first-generation power brokers. I promise you, if a woman has a mom, an aunt, or a mentor that's been in power themselves, this young lady acts nowhere close to these first-gen power brokers. This power on the job, understandably, rolls over into their personal lives, causing the issues we see now. That's understandable. So there's that, but then you also have the non-professional women with social media at their fingertips. This gives them access to insecure men, chasing and pandering to them off just body and looks. That is a very empowering feeling for someone that needs the validation. So with this newfound inner strength, these modern women, both professional and non-professional, are trying to tell today's young men what they as men should want, which of course is whatever the woman determines a man should want, which is a woman that's experienced, one that speaks her mind, and one that deserves it. Sounds fair, but let's take a deeper dive and look at the real meaning behind these words. Experience. This means these women's better days are coming to a close. Their shelf life is rapidly approaching the expiration date, so now they need to lock in some unsuspecting individual selling their whoring days as experience. They'll even tell you that their dick-sucking experience from the past is a benefit to you. Well, you young men are really lucky. I guess you just don't know it. These modern women are something else. Okay, let's look at speaking her mind. What does that look like? I'll tell you. Non-stop arguments and everything, period. From your clothes, to how you spend your money, to your friends, every decision is up for debate. And yes, I know that's exactly what every man wants. Right, fellas? Walking around looking like your woman dressed you, and all his current friends are now all her old associates. He'll then be trained to quickly tell his new friends that his girl updated him. His life is now updated. Bro, you've been downgraded to chump. Deserving respect. That means kiss her ass to make her feel special. No need to elaborate on this. We have seen where this got men that have been doing this for a while. Nowhere. Tell me, what self-respecting young man in his right mind will agree to any of these, let alone all three? And there's more. I'm just stopping at 3 to keep the video short. Guys, here's the lesson. The reality is that all of the above only applies to men that are chasing these women. The men these women really want have full reign to do whatever, because there are no rules for them except keep the woman's emotional train on track. Rules and guidelines are for training the backup nice guy dude, just in case the man that she wants doesn't want her. she will at least have a man that she can control with her rules and guidelines. Don't forget, these modern women are drunk and delusional on power. The only way to get them to relinquish that power is to get and keep their emotions going. So you got it, right? Pay attention, fellas. Rules and guidelines are only for option B dudes. Option A dudes make the rules and set the guidelines. You see, women, when you meet an option B young man that does not adhere to your bogus interpretation of what you think he should want, you get upset. And when he decides to preserve his self-esteem and move on, you call him trash because he's not following what you think he should follow. All most men want is a woman that's not going to stress him out, and she's willing to learn how and when to use her intelligence and femininity. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing more. Modern women, be as intelligent and powerful as you want, but can that come with a side of femininity for these young men? Is that too much to ask? You hear what they want. They say it, but you believe it can't be that simple. If a man says he wants a woman that is submissive in bed, you turn that into he wants a weak woman. No. He just don't want a woman slapping his ass after he just slapped hers. Not sexy at all. Women that don't adhere to the modern way of thinking understand that she can be a boardroom bully but submissive in bed without compromising her integrity. What happens in the bedroom stays in the bedroom. But today's modern woman can't seem to grasp that concept. Look, we fully understand that in the office and the boardroom, there's a level of assertiveness that's required for respect of your male counterparts and subordinates. We get that, but you lost the nuance skill of turning it on and off. A man doesn't want another masculine feeling entity in the bedroom. Learn how to lose the ego after you leave the job, and you'll have a man that sees and respects you as a woman and not as a competitor. And honestly, if you have no other powerful woman to guide you in how to do this, then it might actually be a difficult task. Thing is, if you can't or choose not to be feminine, that's okay. But then don't complain and call men trash because you didn't get selected as a potential partner because of your thought process. He does have that right. As a modern woman, you have a lot of knowledge on many things, but you mistakenly think that this knowledge should give you power. Ladies, you're not one but two steps off. First, wisdom is what gives power, and wisdom is knowing when to use knowledge. Secondly, power is nothing without control. As we have all seen the many disasters from people that abuse actual power. Enjoy your inner strength and self-confidence that the new power you have acquired has given you. But be humble while you get accustomed to it. Don't go burning down a man's life just because you can, just because you're not what he chooses to be around him all the time. Now fellas, all that I just said is true, but it's also wishful thinking. Knowing that power corrupts, do you honestly believe the women that have already tasted this uncontrolled power will have enough self-control and strength to reel it back in and now use it to be a good girlfriend or wife? Don't fool yourself. Wouldn't it be nice if the experienced woman had enjoyed her early 20s without so many bodies, and also not have an instant attitude because you are thinking whether or not to accept a next man's kid as baggage into your life? How about knowing when to speak her mind instead of challenging every single thing you say? And lastly, how about earning the self-respect instead of acting as if it's entitled? All that would be great. But fellas, as I said, don't fool yourself. Not going to happen. The only way to win with these women is to be the man they chase, because then you get to set the rules and the guidelines. Young men, get your self-esteem up. Stop chasing and kissing these asses. Stop going for the woman that wants you to fit her agenda, because the man and them for free and spending your kiss-ass money will do so on his terms, not hers. Every woman wants a man that gets her emotions going, bar none. Every single one. Don't worry about what a good woman wants. Why should you care? You only need to make sure that you are selecting her, not her selecting you. And select based on her willingness to respect you, to trust your judgment, and her having the wisdom to know that looks and sex are icing on the cake. Because if a woman thinks she can satisfy you with just the icing, then she will. But the next man will be getting the cake. Meaning, if she thinks her presence is enough for you, then that's all you're going to get. Do these things, and you would have selected a confident, wise woman. Otherwise, keep having fun until you meet the one that's worthy of long-term consideration. Even though I mentioned social media IG girls, I won't waste time on that, because if someone's advertising their body to the world, then monetizing or insecurity are the only options. And either way, why should you, as a young man with high self-esteem, waste your time on that? So there you have it. Simple, right? Tell me if I'm wrong.